although we had a damn sharp pick on Jack Hermanson last week, unfortunately, he was not the dog of the night play for us. It was Brad Tavares, who I thought was going to be able to topple Gregory Rodriguez. And even though he had some good moments and hurt Rodriguez a little bit in that first round, had some momentum going in that second round, Rodriguez seemed to just put it all aside and really come out with a force in that third round as he was able to pick up the knockout victory over Brad Tavares. Tavares is a guy that I've always felt is worthy of that top 15, top 10 range, but just seems to be faltering at this stage of his career, and it's very unfortunate he was not able to get the job done for us last week. That now brings our dog of the night record on the year. We also had some L's on the regional scene to 4-7, minus 0.65 units for a minus 6% ROI. Again, one of the only losing weekends that we had in 2024 this weekend or for this year. So hopefully we can turn that around moving forward. All right, I got another three dog of the night candidates for you guys for UFC 298. The first of which is going to go down in the light heavyweight division between Brendan Betto and Zhang Mingyang. Now, Betto was plus 125 earlier this week, now finds himself at plus 100, just in time for me to drop this dog of the night video for you guys. I feel this is a great position for him to go out there and compete against a guy that has not been as active as he has recently. Betto obviously earned his UFC contract late last year as he pulled off a big upset as an underdog against current LFA light heavyweight champion Bruno Lopez. Betto is a long, rangy, and powerful striker, but also does his best work when he's able to take his opponents to the ground and smash them from that top position. That's the path I expect him to take in this matchup against a slugger that is Mingyang. Mingyang prefers to throw in the pocket and really try to knock his opponents out, but we have seen him struggle against guys that actually look to take him to the ground and render him useless on the mat. And I expect Betto to be exactly capable of doing that. And I think he'll either exchange in the pocket willingly and land a big shot to find the knockout, or I'm hoping where he faced least resistance, take this fight to the mat and get the finish from that top position. The second dog of the night candidate I have for you guys is going to be Jeff Neal, coming in at plus 200 against Ian Machado Gary. Now, this is a grudge match of sorts between the two, as obviously Machado was scheduled to fight Neal a couple months back, but Neal was forced to pull out of that matchup, and now here they are scheduled once again. In the lead up for that matchup, Gary did a lot in terms of poking fun at Jeff Neal, specifically with that mugshot that Neal received or had couple years back now, I guess, due to a DUI that he suffered. But Neal is determined, probably very pissed off about that still, and still one of the top fighters, even though he's 33 years old. This guy has a very solid technical striking game and was once seen as one of the hottest prospects in the welterweight division, given the power that he throws with and the technical combination striking that we've seen from him. With him and Saif Sayoud coming into this matchup, I expect them to drop the perfect game plan to touch up and hand Ian Machado Gary the first ever loss of his professional career. We've seen Machado do great work in terms of sticking at distance and utilizing his long-range weapons, but I think he's going to struggle to maintain that distance as Neal continues to continuously close the pocket and eventually find that knockout, I'm hoping, within the first 10 to 12 minutes of this matchup. But I think at plus 200, a veteran like Jeff Neal, who's been tested and has as much experience as he has, is going to be a very tough test for Ian Gary. So give me Neal at plus 200. The third and final dog of the night candidate I have is going to be in the co-main event with Paulo Costa coming in at plus 215. Now, Robert Whitaker has been one of the top middleweights for the last several years in the UFC. However, Paulo Costa is a guy that can always turn things on its head, especially with the power that he brings to the table. I think that if he is able to land cleanly enough and repeatedly against Robert Whitaker, he should be able to showcase the durability issues that Whitaker has been suffering from in this stage of his career. Now, Whitaker is very clean and tough to hit, especially with the karate style that he likes to implement, but Whitaker is usually at a size disadvantage in his middleweight fights, and that's once again going to ring true as he goes up against the much bigger Paulo Costa. Obviously, the lack of activity recently from Costa is a little bit concerning, but we know he has the power to touch Robert Whitaker, and we know he has the power to put his lights out as well. So I think at plus 215, not bad to take a little bit of a sprinkle on a Bohachinia Paulo Costa to pull off the upset. If you want to find out which of those three I actually went with as my official Dog of the Night prediction, check out the Lock of the Night Patreon page. Link for that is in the description below. All right. If you guys haven't already checked out the top 3 lock of the night contenders, make sure you guys check that out as I released that earlier today. And then I will see you guys tomorrow for the quick picks version of the full card breakdown, not to mention the Locky 2-step / Locky Trinity free parlay. See you guys then. Peace.